Well, we continue to honor our San Antonio proud veterans this month. Tonight, our Yami Virgin helps us honor a well-known woman right here in San Antonio.
Susan Pamerleau was a general, a VP at USAA, a sheriff of Bexar County, and now the U.S. Marshal for the Western District of Texas. Tonight, a look at her rise in the ranks.
She was the daughter of a minister.
Man, what aircraft is that?
Not even in her wildest dreams did this little girl ever think she would serve her country.
I had absolutely no thought of that.
While in college in Oklahoma, her parents moved to Wyoming. Soon, Susan Pamerleau would transfer to the University of Wyoming, and the opportunity that would change her life would present itself.
I don't think it would have ever entered my mind. It was announced that there was an Air Force recruiter who was going to visit our sorority and talk to us about opportunities. And we all laughed, you know, it was the height of the Vietnam War, and there just wasn't any thought about women going in the armed forces at that time.
And that little visit is what sent her on her way to Texas.
And I went in the Air Force, came here to San Antonio, to Lackland, to officer training school, and that was the only commissioning source for women at the time.
Parmerleau's original plan was to meet her husband, get married, get pregnant, and be separated from the Air Force. But in 1968, the National Defense Authorization Act was passed into law, allowing women to rise above the rank of lieutenant colonel, and they would also be able to make up more than 2% of the armed forces. But the law did not make it easy for Parmerleau in a world that belonged to men. That was very evident the first time she had to reprimand a male.
And I explained what I was giving him the letter of reprimand for, and that he must sign this acknowledgement. And he said, well, I'm not going to sign it. I refuse to sign it. Besides that, I don't think women should be in the military.
She says that while some men fought the integration of women, others mentored her in dealing with issues like this one, insubordination.
I said, you don't want to sign it? That's no problem. I will sign it and acknowledge that you refused. And then as he was walking out, he said, well, if I ever see you on the street, I won't salute you. I said, well, then you'll probably be back in here again.
The first time she was told she was going overseas, it was to Korea. Parmerleau admits she cried and soon got over it. And the challenges of being a female officer, which included dealing with unwelcome gestures made by her male superiors, continued to be lessons she learned to deal with.
And he walked in and he put his arm around me. And I very quietly and without making any big deal removed his arm from my shoulder, and I just whispered to him, don't ever do that again. Well, he didn't talk to me for the next 3 months. I really didn't care. That's when I got promoted to my second star. And
Parmerleau believes the first and second stars as a general were icing on the cake.
Groundbreaker
of a long career of service to her country, and being the fourth woman to ever be selected to the rank of Major General in the active force was the highest honor for her.
Today, a woman can reach the rank of 4-star general. It's just amazing, the opportunities. Don't have expectations, but work hard and do everything you can to contribute to the organization. And that's what I've tried to do. And I've had a great time all along the way.
After her retirement, Parmerleau worked for USAA as a senior vice president, then was elected to sheriff of Bexar County, where I got to see firsthand the energy she still has training with deputies a few years ago.
Do solemnly swear.
Now she is the U.S. Marshal for the Western District of Texas, and there is no sign of her slowing down.
Hopefully, I will still be in this job for a little while longer. I'd like to stay as the United States Marshal for another 2 years and 9 months. And then I plan to drive up to San Marcos, and I want to jump out of a perfectly good airplane for the 246th time in my life.
Yami Virgen, Fox SA.